Happy day, children. So this is your fourth class of geography lesson weather and climate. So last week we saw till high pressure, okay, page number 99 we have completed, and today we are going to start from page 100, measuring air pressure. Hope you have understood till date, and if you have any doubt you can ask me. And this is from page 100, measuring air pressure. Meteorologist, who are called as meteorologist, we have studied the previous class, that is scientific study of weather is called meteorology, and one who study about weather is called as meteorologist. Okay, one who studies about scientific weather is called as whom? Meteorologist. Okay, they use barometer or aneroid barometer to measure the air pressure. I have shown you the picture in the last class. Okay, barograms are used for recording continuous variation of atmospheric pressure. So we will see what is barogram now. So this is barogram. So this is barogram. So this is used to measure the continuous record of variation in atmospheric pressure. So this is how it looks, barogram, this is barogram, and this is the file. Okay, this is the file, how it shows. Next, why do your ears pop in airplanes? Have you been in aeroplane? Have you been in airplane? If so, you would have experienced this. Okay, as you go up in an airplane, the atmospheric pressure becomes lower than the pressure of the air inside your ears. When you go up, okay, the aeroplane rises up, the atmospheric pressure becomes lower than the pressure of your air inside your ears. Your ears pop because they are trying to equalize or match the pressure. Our ear gets pop, that is a different sound will be experiencing when we go up, the altitude increases. Okay, the same thing happens when the plane is on the way down and your ear have to adjust to a higher atmospheric pressure. So that is why we get what? Pop in our ears. So this is the picture for you, ears popping during airplanes. So some will have to cover their ears to overcome that. Next, coming to humidity. What is humidity? Okay, humidity refers to the degree of water vapor present in the atmosphere in gaseous form in particular time and place. So humidity refers to degree of water vapor present in atmosphere in gaseous form, okay, in a particular place or time. It ranges from 0 to 5% by volume in atmosphere. Climatically, it is an important constituent of the atmosphere, and its quantity depends on the level of temperature. So, the level of humidity decreases towards poles from equator. Humidity expressed in different ways. So, this is hygrometer picture which is given in your book. So, humidity has three kinds of types. We are going to see three kinds of humidity now. First one is specific humidity. First one is what? Specific humidity. It is a ratio of the water vapor content of the mixture to the total air content on the mass basis. So, it is a ratio of water vapor, okay, water vapor content of the mixture of the total air content on the mass basis. It is expressed in grams. It is expressed in grams of vapor per kilogram of air. Next, second one is absolute humidity. Absolute humidity. It is the mass or weight of water vapor. It is the mass or weight of water vapor present per unit volume of air. It is expressed usually in grams per cubic meter of air. Next, the last one is relative humidity. It is the ratio between the actual amount of water vapor present in the air and the maximum amount of water vapor it can hold at a given temperature. It is expressed in percentage. Next, generally warm air holds more water vapor than the cold water vapor. Just a minute. Yes. Generally, warm air holds more water vapor than the cold air. When relative humidity reaches 100%, the air gets saturated. Saturated is nothing but full of moisture. Saturated is nothing but what? Full of moisture. Full of moisture. Okay. Next. In this condition, the temperature is said to be at dew point. Further cooling will condense the water vapor into the clouds and rain. Relative humidity affects human health and comfortness. Very high and very low humidity are injurious to health. It also affects the stability of different objects, buildings and electrical applications. Next is measurement of humidity. Hygrometer. Hygrometer is used to measure the humidity. Which expresses wet and dry bulb plate side by side in Stephenson screen. Stephenson screen you should remember that I have shown you in the previous class. Next, this is the picture of hygrometer. This is the normal one and this is the digital hygrometer. Normal hygrometer. Next one is digital hygrometer. With decreasing air pressure, the availability of oxygen to breathe also decreases. When we go up and up, okay, that is when we go to the altitude, okay, the availability of oxygen to breathe for us gets decreased. Okay. At very high altitude, atmospheric pressure and availability of oxygen gets so low that people can become sick and even die. Okay. When the availability of oxygen gets very low, the people who climb up becomes very sick and even they die. Mountain climbers use bottled oxygen when they ascend very high peaks. When people climbs mountain, okay, mountain climbers, they take bottled oxygen with them when they go up and up to the peak of the mountain. They also take time to get used to the altitude, as the quick move from high pressure to low pressure can cause decompression sickness. Aircraft create artificial pressure in the cabin, which makes the passengers remain comfortable while flying. Next, coming to wind, page number 101. The horizontal movement of air is called wind. The horizontal movement of air is called what? Wind. Vertical movement of air is said as air current. Horizontal movement of air is called wind, whereas vertical movement of air is said as what? Air current. The winds move from high pressure to low pressure. The winds move from high pressure to low pressure. Unlike other elements, a wind is made up of series of gusts and eddies. Now what is gust and eddies? Gust is nothing but it's a sudden strong rush of wind. Okay, in Tamil they say balamana kaatru. Okay, gust. Gust is nothing but a sudden strong rush of wind. In Tamil they say balamana kaatru. Okay. Next one is eddies. Eddies they have given in grocery. Okay. They are the wind circulation that develops when the wind blows over or adjacent to rough terrain, buildings, mountains or other obstruction. Okay. In simple we can say eddies is nothing but it's a circular movement of wind. Okay, circular movement of wind. In Tamil they say Sular Kaatru. Okay. So these kind of other elements of winds can be felt and we cannot see it. These kind of gusts and eddies we can feel but we cannot see this. Okay. Winds gets their name from direction from which they blow. So winds they get name, okay, from the direction from where they blow actually. Okay. Wind blows from southwest is called southwest wind. When the wind comes from the southwest, it is called as what wind? Southwest wind. Next, the wind system are broadly categorized into three as follows. First one is planetary wind. First one is planetary wind, second one is seasonal winds and third one is local winds. Now, altogether all the three winds are present in this paragraph. I will just explain you what it is. First one is planetary wind. So, this question you have this paragraph in short answer as well as in distinguish between. Okay. So, listen it carefully. First one is planetary wind. These winds are the ones which blow almost in the same direction throughout the year. Very easy to remember. Very easy to remember, I will just explain it. Planetary winds are the ones which blow almost in the same direction throughout the year. These winds will blow in the same direction only. Okay, for the whole year it will blow in the same direction. Okay. So, they are called permanent or planetary winds. Since these winds blow in the same direction for the whole year, they are called as what winds? Permanent winds or planetary winds. Trade winds, westerlies and polar easterlies are the types of prevailing winds or the types of planetary winds. Okay. Planetary winds they have different types. Example what? Trade winds, westerlies and polar easterlies are the types of this planetary wind. Next coming to the second one is seasonal winds. Seasonal winds are those which change their direction according to the season in a year. We have different season in year, isn't it? So, this seasonal winds, they change their direction. They change their direction according to a season in a year. They are called as monsoon winds. Seasonal winds or otherwise called as what? Monsoon winds. These winds blow from sea to land during summer. So, during summer we get this wind from sea to the land and land to sea during winter. So, during winter season we get wind from land to sea. Okay. Local winds, the third one is local winds. Now, coming to third wind, local winds. Local winds are the winds blow over a small area only during a particular time of a day or a short period of a year. So, what they say? Local winds are the winds blow over a small area only during a particular time of a day. Only during a particular time of a day this kind of wind will blow, or we can take the short period of a year. Land and sea breeze are example of these winds. For example, we can take sea breeze. We go to beach often. Okay, since we live in Pondicherry, we go to beach often, right? To get a good cool breeze. So local wind is such an example of it. Next one, Beaufort scale. Beaufort scale is a scale for measuring wind speed. Beaufort scale is a scale for measuring wind speed. It is based on observation rather than accurate measurement. So this Beaufort scale is used for observing the wind, okay, wind speed, okay, rather than the accurate measurement. It gives only the observation of the wind speed. It is most widely used system to measure wind speed today. The scale was developed in 1805 by Francis Beaufort. So Francis Beaufort, who found this Beaufort scale, okay, in the year 1805. An officer of Royal Navy and first officially used by HMS Beagle. Next, Al-Balaki. Al-Balaki, an Arab geographer. Al-Balaki is a name, an Arab geographer. He collected climatic data from the Arab travelers and prepared the first climatic atlas of the world. Yes, we'll just see, this is the Beaufort scale, a picture of Beaufort scale. Fine. So next is measuring wind direction and speed. Meteorologist already we have seen who are meteorologists. One who studies about the weather is called as meteorologist, right? So meteorologist measures wind direction using wind vane or weathercock. Wind speed is measured by anemometer. So wind speed is measured by what? Anemometer. Windrows is a diagram used to depict the direction and periods, that is number of days of prevailing winds on map. Meteograph or triple register is an instrument which records wind speed and direction, sunshine and precipitation. It also provides geographic representation. Next, this is the picture of anemometer, which is present in your book, page number 101. And this is another picture which I have taken for you. So first picture, anemometer. Second picture is digital mini anemometer, how it looks. Next, Brazil. Brazil has a large area where the average wind speed is low. Gabon, Congo and DR Congo in Africa, Sumatra, Indonesia and Malaysia are the least windy place on earth. We have completed the lesson. I'll just recap the points, the important points, what they have given in the book. First point is weather. Weather is the day-to-day condition of the atmosphere at any place. Climate is the average weather condition or state of a place for long period and is usually for 35 years. Next one is temperature, precipitation, pressure, humidity and wind are the major elements of weather and climate. Next, temperature is the degree of heat present in the air. Next, the weight of the air above a given area on the earth's surface is called atmospheric pressure or air pressure. And the last point, horizontal movement of air is called what? Wind. So we have completed the lesson, children. Go through the slides again. If you have any doubt, you can ask me, and read the lesson and see and write the question answer with a neat handwriting. Thank you, children, and take care. God bless you.